Hello, touch the leg. Welcome to the class. So we'll begin with Ngondro and opening prayers. So we have Ngondro text. Okay. Let's start with the Ngondro prayers. And daily practice in Dharma class. pe da ton gesar shepe kelna ta tu chenge lo shin terme ge parashope chabda hero ka pe jigre yeshe dorje kanke ge kenyo engya pa Shoke tseche sewa den wang jing e ro de tse da ju men ro ze che ha chan la ma jene chang be we de be chan rang sim Nyingma de le la ma lo so ma sewa dab je yu dan de be Khenpo mena sewa de nan lo je zin tse che me che che sen lai nge zun me pe tong zhe rik tong jen ba de kai den ge la ma ye shen dor jen Mone chenpo ramba de me shen la jan he be cha ma ge ram ne tsel cha ma ge lo de u shu shi su chu be mi ya me tra yang yin de ba ta che nyam ne de lo chen kang shar che gu yo la te so je we chen la ten jo ro ning lai shu de a ho Ngo tsarai che ho Lume tenge gombo lama ken del jora dini shinto ne parka Ke tse me tak chewe che che ye ge de le ke jure luwa Kamsum korwa dunga chanse nga Tene dalo chila jurwa sha Lume tenge gombo lama ken del jor dene shindu ne parka Ketse me tak chewe che che ye gede lege jure luwa Kamsum korwa dunga janse nga Tene dalo chila jurwa sha Lume tenge gombo lama ken del jor dene shindu ne paraka Ketse me tak chewe che che ye gede leke jure luwa Kamsum korwa dunga chantse ngang Tene dalo chela jurwar Ningpo mato bar lama kenjo sumla chansun che Dezon changshob ningpo mato bar lama kenjo sumla chansun che Dezon changshob ningpo mato bar lama kenjo sumla chansun che Korwa maton bar majur semjen gunge penden ro semjen gunge penden Zochen kensho sumlambo Sera kunge le dan long je pe Zone zochen kensho sumlambo Sera kunge le dan long je pe Zone zochen kensho sumlambo Se mer me pe kule de tse chen ba drip jan ju ba jo sa do samaya manu palaya banjo sa do tenu ba sudu khe me ba subu khe me ba sarva siddhi me prayasa sarva karma sucha me chitam shriam kuru ha Sarva dada gata benja mame munja benja bhama sanaya sato Santo Samaya Manupalaya Benza Sadva Tenupa Tirsatir Domeva Sado Kaimeva Subo Kaimeva Savasiddhi Me Prayatsa Savakama Suchame Chitam Shriam Kuruha Bhagavan Sarvata Dagata Benza Mame Menza Benza Mahasamaya Sato Bhajara Sado Samaya Manupalaya Benza Sado Tenupa Tirsatir Domeva Sudo Kaimeva Subo Kaimeva Naratameva Savasiddhi Me Prayatsa Savakama Suchame Chitam Shriam Kuruha Bhagavan Sarvata Dagata Benza Mame Menza Benza Mahasamaya Sato Benza Santo Benza Santo Benza Santo Benza Santo Dana Dante Roche Nal Jordan Karu Tsawe Lama Peme Kurshin Sangye Malu Dubenko Tsawe Lama Chola Sawande Tiche Bado Sumdu Tuje Zon Disum Junche Me Parachenge Disum Sangye Malu Dubenko Tsawe Lama Chola Sewa Deb Tiche Bado Sumdu Tuje Zon Disum Junche Me Parachenge Disum Sangye Malu Dubeko Tsawe Lama Chola Sewa Deb Tiche Bado Sumdu Tuje Zon Disum Junche Me Parachenge Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Wanje Yonzo Toham Vajra Guru Kaya Wakachita Siddhi Jurante Merming Ai Rikton Denge La Merang Shelta Mela Sewan Dev Samlam Powan Chombar Chingelo Kumbo Ban Mela Sewan Dev Samlam Powan Chombar Chingelo Kumbo Ba Melai Sewa Dev Samlam Powai Jombaran Chinge Ludan Long Chinge Sarache Majur Dola Pangbai Me Bantang Tronden Lap Chinge Me Tubarasha Tani Ludan Long Chinge Sarache Majur Dola Pangbai Me Bantang Tronden Lap Chinge Me Tubarasha Tani Ludan Long Chinge Sarache Majur Dola Pangbai Me Bantang Tronden Lap Chinge Me Tubarasha Che Song Ring Lo Che Zam Leng Sa Song Cha Parata Dro Ju Chong Song Na Wa Tang Mi Nidra de son gele Again, you get no Johnson, Pema gets a tombola. Yasen Shogang or Drobne, Pema June, Jesud. Kondo Kandro Mambenkor, Kege Jesu Tandru. Jingen Love Church, Exo Sen, Godro Pema Sede. Ogen Yugen of Johnson, Pema Gesar Dongpoma. Yasen Chogen Odromne, Pema June Jesod. Kondo Kandro Mambe Gor, Kege Jesu Dandro. Jingen Love Shekso Sen, Guru Pema Sende. Ugen Yugen of Johnson, Pema Gesar Dongbola. Yatsen Chogen Odromne, Pema Junesh. Kordo Kandro Mambe Gor, Kege Jeso Love Shekso Se, Guru Pema Sende. Okay, the 7 branch prayers requesting the teachings. Dorje lomben sangyen ben de son shon lan chan tsen lo chon son dembe jinjur la nime yeke cham son ngejuro yeke nam dru ben dam be chen ba she su se ngudru chowo che ben ge ne je ma le shambar choju korosom da be che ma cha chen la je ye Tamben taje drima me zobe janshu semke do deshe wanshu semba la daba sumge leben tsera drambe gewana dude janshu chemboro saje pechu juje me do dram rira lingche ne de gemba Sangye Shingdo Mikde Purva Yen Rokun Namda Shinglai Chebarash Idam Guru Radna Mandala Kam Niryata Yame Semchen Namge Samba Handan Loye Jendra Jetawa Chechun Tunmon Teba Ye Cheke Korlo Korodo Salam Tsum sangye tamche ki ngo rikdang kyo kor jansa chanda kadren sonda ma che ba dren chen sawe lame shabge pemo dul drima me pala gosum ge ba chenbe chansar chen chapsu che wo jingye la para ze dosal tenpa lame sangye rinpo che choba lame damche rinpo che drenpa lame gede rinpo che chamne kuncho sumla cha tselo Tabge tuje shangche risu chung chinge mitub dike pongjong pa serge lumbo tabur jibe gu shangche gebo shamla chancelo. Palden tsoni chu teresu pale kenze ye karange sandu charbe kanchen kedu yonki tsukjen cho tsoke dorje. Rowe lama rahande lama dang gombo jezen jambe yang la chance lo gange lo drebne tenderne taranam da rapsewe jenne dengen jejen zikcher nige togara lek bamzen ganda sinde zenrar mare mintum dunga gezewe Rozo gunla boje tarze yanla drojo yanden son dro tar chenjo nyen mo nin lon leke chandro dreze che mare munse dunge nyugo jene che ze radena Tene dajen sajo tazen yenden le zo getse tuwe ku chutra chudan chune gentre dalo munse jambe yang la rabdo de omara bazan. Omara bazan de zenden keke kenra yuzirgen dale timu memba rapsene kadan tenche shung lo to bayin lo dre bobe nawa zendo sal. Lume gonjo sumge ngo ni kusumge wa jan so che zo cho kam sum che ge ge bo zo shamba de jon lim be sham la se de khorde danyam che ne ro ba ro to ro ngon jor sange to pa sho on se ru zen ne den dor je tsa ma won de she me ba tha ye jab da da be jong ge sa ro be nge ji re ye shen do je la se wa de sange kun ye chi me pe ma jong shin du tu be tsu zen long chen je gang ge yang se tin ne nor bo la Sewa de so jalme jinjelo choge lama namke gel sabdo wangkul nongzen chome shendenche pepe nerjo kundan zoshemba. Sangye doje shamla sewa de wamen cheke inke podrando de som sanje kunge ngone rang sem che gongon som tenze pe tsawe lami shamla sewa. Nilu toba ke ora jinjelo lek parashemba poba ke dosal nam khadan nyambe semchen thamje namken denge dewa lana machiba. Yanda barazokbe jan shubrimbo che chinne chan tho baraja deye chedo che zamo denne tsuljendo sente den nyam sulem bregyo nyamba samba jacho. Chanchu semge kunlong dang tabja chewa sang ngake kunlong ten kunlong nambani sel dab de sembara shu kang sembara jawe chege remba ne. So, in order to listen to the teachings, you need to generate the altruistic motivation, which is called the vast aspiration of the Bodhisattva, to bring all beings to the state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. I will listen to these profound teachings and bring forth the understanding of the meaning of these profound teachings and thereby engage in my life. And the profound, skillful method of secret Tantra is to see the purity of everything beyond the frame of mental concept. So, the pure nature. So with all of those cultivated, please listen to the teachings. The teachings that we are going to talk is the essence of infallibility, the nature of karma. So understanding the nature of karma. So Buddha Shakyamuni, having cultivated the mind of awakening and then undergoing all the hardships and purifications and so forth, attained fully and perfect Buddhahood and thereby gave teachings. His teachings are categorized into the three turnings of the will, called the first turning of the will on the Four Noble Truths, the second turning of the will on characteristiclessness, and the third turning of the will on the Buddha nature, like that. So all these teachings are the teachings that point to the essence of the nature of all phenomena. What is the principal difference between the teachings of the Buddha and the other teachers is because Buddha teaches cause and effect. Karma, we say, cause and effect. No teacher had ever taught about karma in this subtlety. No teacher had understood the nature of this subtlety other than the Buddha. So his teachings stand out from all other teachings. So we look into nature, we see the universe. We see outside, we see the elements, the world, the planets, the stars, and the space, the galaxies, and all and so forth, like that, in the multi-universes, and so on and so forth. Then where do they arise from? What are they? When we ask. And then when we look into our body, we have our aggregates, which we say our 5 aggregates. The aggregate of form, feeling, perception, mental constructions, and consciousness. What are they, or where do they arise from? That. So then Buddha is the one who teaches about that complex, the profound unfailing interdependent origination of karma. It is said in the teachings that the what you call the hues of the peacock feathers. Why are they like that? Only an omniscient one can tell each and every aspect of why these hue is like this, and because it is such and because of so and so forth, such and such cause and so forth, into his subtle detail, into his absolute subtle details. The omniscient one can tell. Other than that, nobody can say that. Nobody can express that one. So like that, Buddha teaches in this way. So, this world system, where does it arise from? All this world system and so forth. Then some kind of, before Buddha, said, oh, this is created by some mighty, powerful being, like that. And then he negates, he says, no, that's not. The world system and all the universes are not created, not caused by any. Likewise, the beings within the world systems are not created by anyone. It is caused by cause and effect, karma. Now when we look into this outer world, then we might think, oh, maybe these are just naturally there. They're there by their own nature. They're just there without any cause. They're there naturally. That too, Buddha negates, saying that they're not there without a reason. They're not there just without reason. They are a reason from a cause. Likewise, why somebody is rich, why somebody is poor, why somebody is happy, why somebody is unhappy, why somebody is comfortable, why somebody is just miserable, and so forth. It is all caused by karma. There's one line in the teaching, it's called Lele Jikten Natsoke. The various existence, Jikten is the basis of coming to perish, meaning everything is constantly changing. This various appearance of that change, where it is, where does it arise from? It arises from karma, it says. So lele jikten nasoke, the various worlds and the beings are arisen from karma, it says. So there is nobody who precedes these existences, that they are the ones who create and so forth. In the Buddha's teachings, this is not what he says. Then what actually causes? It is the karma of each and every individual that causes this world systems. Their existences, their karma, everything is a reason from karma. Even the karma of creating their karma is a reason from karma. So everything is karma. Without karma, nothing can manifest. So that is the... And this karma is now, there are two kinds of karma. One, it is called the mental karma or the intentional karma. And second, the expression karma, which is the Sempa is intentional karma. Sampa is the projected karma. So projected through our body, speech. The intentional karma is the mental karma. The projected karma is projected through our body and speech. Why is it called projected karma? Because before the projection of that action, there is an intention preceding. There is an intention. So that's why it's called. So the intentional karma is the mental karma. And then the projected karma is the karma of body and speech, like that. So this is what the Buddha teaches very extensively in the Four Noble Truths, the teachings on the first turning of the will. Why sentient beings are experiencing the experience that they are experiencing. That is the result. So that's called the truth of this, the noble truth of suffering. And then he goes on to explaining that what causes that. And he teaches on the noble truth, on the causation or the origination of suffering, like that. So in that, if you study that one, then it will teach it will explain, and then we come to understand very clearly why our being, our existence in this world system is not created, not caused by some God or some creator and so forth. So Buddha's teachings don't believe in creator, because it is one's own karma, individual sentient beings' karma, mental karma, and then projected karma. Because of that, they exist. Because of that, they experience. Because they did that, that causes. So this is how he explains. So then of this karma, he goes on to teaching that whatever we are experiencing is arisen from a cause or origination. And then he talks on the virtue, the virtuous karma, the non-virtuous karma. So everything, the nature of karma and so forth. So just to simply kind of mention that the virtue of the body is through your body practicing, protecting lives, through your body practicing generosity or giving and helping others, through your body practicing discipline or morality, pure conduct of the body. So these are the three virtues of the body. Through your speech, speaking the truth. Through your speech, speaking pleasantly. Through your speech, bringing harmony. And through your speech, expressing the truth, expressing the meaningful. Those are the four virtues of speech. And the three virtues of your mind is loving kindness, love, the care, the kindness, knowing how to share, knowing how to love, and then through your mind wishing everybody with good intention, helpful intention, and then through your mind cultivating the right view. The right view, it's called the right view. Understanding nature, understanding the true nature. Here, particularly causality, the true nature of cause and effect. So those are the three virtues of the mind. Then the three non-virtue of the body is taking lives, killing is non-virtue of the body. Stealing is the non-virtue of the body. Taking what does not belong to you, taking from others, stealing. And then bodily misbehavior, conducting in unethical or immoral behavior, are the three non-virtue of the body. The four non-virtue of the speech is lying. Lying for a purpose or without a purpose, or with intention, without intention, so lying. Lying to deceive others or to fool others, like those are called lie. Then harsh speech, harsh words, speaking harshly that hurts other people's feelings or their mind, like that. So harsh words. And then slandering, talking to people so that it just creates disharmony among each other. Slander. And then the fourth one is useless chatter, useless words, words that doesn't have any meaning, words that aren't meaningful, doesn't have any truth. not expressing the truth is just unnecessary. What I call idle chatter, idle speech. These are the three non-virtue of the speech. And the three non-virtue of the mind is coveting. What others have, you wish you want, you wish that you want it. Wish I had that, like that. What they have, like desiring and coveting. Then the second kind of non-virtue of the mind is ill intention, wishing harm on others. May such and such evil things or such and such negative things befall on others, or bad situations befall on others. Such kind of thought. That's called ill intention. And the third non-virtue of the mind is to generate wrong views toward the teachings, toward the nature of cause and effect. These are the three non-virtues of the mind. So altogether, there are the 10 non-virtues of the three doors. We say the body, speech, and mind, like that. So understanding these virtue and non-virtue, virtue brings happiness, virtue brings positivity, virtue brings the accumulation of merit, virtue brings higher forms of existence, virtue brings happiness, virtue brings all good qualities of life. Virtue brings birth in higher form of existence, like higher realms, in human realm, demigod realm, and God realms. Non-virtue causes suffering, non-virtue causes negativity, non-virtue exhausts merit, they wear out any merit that we have is worn out by non-virtue. Non-virtue brings all forms of discomfort. Non-virtue creates the birth in the miserable existences, like the animal realm, like the hungry ghost realm, and the hell realm, like that. So depending upon the extreme of the severeness of these non-virtue, then we have different levels of suffering that fall onto those who commit those actions, or who mass, or who accumulate those actions. This is what is taught in the teachings of the Buddha. As a follower of the Buddha, we need to base our understanding on this one. That if you want happiness, we need to engage in positivity. If you don't want to suffer, we need to abandon negativity. So, as we began earlier in the teachings, everything is caused by karma, not by anyone else, and not anything else. It's solely by karma. Even the fruit that comes to mature, even the fruit that is maturing, in the teaching it is mentioned, we might say the heat the external heat is causing the fruit to mature. But it says no. It is the cause that is within. It's making the fruit mature. Every movement, every action that is being made is caused by the movement of karma, not an external. It's not by reaction of something external. Everything is created from within. So this one is very interesting to know, that ripening of the fruit. We think maybe it is the external heat, the external sunlight, and so forth, that connects together with the fruit, and then it matures. But karma says no. If that's the case, then there is no flow of karma, because it is caused by external thing. So it is not happening by yourself, it is caused by external thing. Then it is not the functioning, it's not the work, it's not the work of interdependence. That's that. If you had to understand that one, it is when we were in Shedra, this line that I mentioned earlier, it's from the 3rd chapter of the Buddhist Metaphysics, from Abhidharma Kosha, by Vasubandhu, the great master Vasubandhu. He wrote this one. So the first line of the 3rd chapter, talking on the aspect of cause and condition, actually karma, mentions that. So we spend enormous lengthy time discussing on that chapter. So this is something new for you to hear, that the external factors don't create any effect to the internal, the functioning of a karma. This is what it means. So mi gwe ju sheba tamje yin le yin bar sheba dang sumle dang bu mi gwe chuni luge gonne sochba majilba. So we've gone through like the words of my perfect teacher. Yeah. And the chapter 4, it talks about cause and effect like that. So anyway, here we will go through is what we call as it's easier for me to read out. So as a follower of the Buddha, we should always remember the path is the cultivation of the positivity so that it will bring benefit to oneself and others. And the path of the practice is to abandon the negativity which brings non-virtue, which brings negativities and suffering of samsara, like that. So I just told you the non-virtue of the body, speech and mind, and the virtue of the body, speech and mind. Then there are what we call as the effects of, that are what we do when we engage in virtue. What are the effects there are? These are the subtleties of the actions that we cultivate and so forth. Here is on page 112. It says each negative act produces 4 kinds of karmic effect: fully ripened effect, the effect similar to the cause, the conditioning effect, and the proliferating effect. The first one is called Namingi Tebu. It's fully ripened effect. Committing any one of the 10 harmful acts while motivated by hatred brings birth in the hell. So, as I was mentioning earlier, the severe, how severe the actions are. So if that negative action is propelled by anger, if the negative action is propelled by desire, if the negative action is propelled by our stupidity or ignorance, like that. So these are what we call as Namingedebu, fully ripened effect. Committing one of them out of desire, so committing through hatred brings one to fall into the hell realms. Committing one of them out of desire leads to birth as preta or hungry ghost, and out of ignorance to birth as animal realm. Once reborn in those lower realms, we have to undergo the sufferings particular to them. Also, as a very strong impulse, extremely powerful desire, anger, or ignorance, motivating a long and continuous accumulations actions, causes birth in the hells. Should the impulse be less strong and the number of actions less, it causes rebirth as a preta, and if less strong and numerous, as an animal. So also the intensity of the action that we committed, negativity, if it is very, very strong, then it takes birth in the hell realm. If mediocre, in the hungry ghost realm. If slightly less, then in the animal realm. So those are the fully ripening effect. The effect similar to the cause. So negative actions that you did, negative action. And now there is effect very similar to whatever you did. If you generated hatred, then there will be a effect similar to that hatred you generated. So that's called Jutimbe Tebu. So effect similar to the cause of whatever you did. Even when we finally get out of the lower realms, in which the fully ripened effect had caused us to be born and obtain a human form, we go on experiencing the effect similar to the cause. So, because we were born in the hell realm, and even if we escape from the hell realm, then we have very strong anger. Even if we escaped from the hungry ghost realm, then even if you are born now into the human realm, then we have very strong greed and desire. And then if we were born from the animal realm to this human world, then we are very stubborn and stupid and ignorant like that. In fact, in the lower realms too, there are many different kinds of suffering that are similar to particular causes. This effect that are similar to the cause are of two kinds: action similar to the cause and experience similar to the cause. So action similar to the cause, cheba jetun and trebu jetun, nyongwa jetun. This effect is a propensity for the same kind of actions as the original cause. If we killed before, we still like to kill. If we stole, we enjoy taking what is not given, and so forth. So it's that effect that. So our actions are like that. So that's why some are inclined to hurting others. Some are inclined to stealing things. Some are inclined to being stupid and dumb and so forth. So those are like the Jeba Jetun. This explains why, for example, certain people from their earliest childhood kill all the insects and flies they see. Such a predilection for killing corresponds to similar acts performed in their past lives, because they killed and they have no qualms about killing, so they don't fear. They very easily, kill or take others' lives. But someone who has never done such kind of thing, they would be very reluctant, or they would kind of not easily engage in such kind of actions. But if you have done before, then it becomes easy. You want, because it's already in your habit, then that habit kind of pushes you to do that kind of thing. So from the cradle on, each of us acts quite differently, driven by different karmic urges. Some enjoy killing, some enjoy stealing, while others again feel no affinity for such actions and enjoy doing good instead. Something like that. All such tendencies are the residue, here we say, the habitual effect or the residue of former actions. In other words, the effect similar to the cause. That is why it is said, to see what you have done before, look at what you are now. To see where you are going to be born next, look at what you do now. So those who don't believe in life before and life after, this is what we need to contemplate. Why we are the way we are, why people are the way they are, is because they do things similar to what they used to do. This explains cause and effect. And that line quote, if you want to understand what you have done in your past, look into your life. And similarly like that, if you wonder where you will be born in your next life, look into your mind. That's what it says. The same is true for animals too. The instinct of animals such as falcons and wolves to kill, or of mice to steal, is in each case an effect similar to and caused by their former actions. So animals and birds and so forth, born to some birds don't kill. Some birds just they had gone hunting or kill. Likewise, some animals don't kill. Some animals they kill. Some animals eat meat, some animals don't eat meat, they just feed on grass. This is like that, and human beings too, like that. So that is the action similar to the cause. How we act now is because of the habit that we had in the past. If someone is very loving and caring and gentle and so forth, is the expression of their previous habit. Someone who is very, angry, always annoyed, impatient, very hot-blooded, ever ready to pick a fight. These are all because of the habit that they had from their past. So that is called the effect similar to the cause. So action similar to the cause. So here we are talking about the actions. The way they act is just like how they were habituated. Now the second one is called the experiences that they will experience is similar to what they did from the past. They are experiencing the result of what they caused. They are not experiencing anything different. They are experiencing what they actually did. So that's why they are experiencing the fruit of what they cultivated. So this is just like Buddha's, the noble truth of suffering and the noble truth of the origination of suffering. So experience is similar to the cause. It's called Nyingma Jutun. Each of the 10 harmful actions results in a pair of effects on our subsequent experiences, taking life. To have killed in a previous life makes our present life not only short, but also subject to frequent disease. So that those people have always health issues and so forth because they harmed physically others. They shortened the life of others. So their life will be short in this. Like that. Sometimes newborn babies die as an effect similar to the cause of having killed in a past life. So babies dying soon as they are born. Some dying, a few days after, or some dying few months or years, like that. Very young age, as a toddler or as a child, like that. As a young adult, as a teenager, and so forth. Why? Who keeps the time that they should live that long alive? Nobody. It is that karma that determines the length of life that they will live, because this is called the experience is similar to the cause. For many lifetimes they may keep on dying as soon as they are born, over and over again. So we say as many lives we have taken, so for one life we'll have to pay back with 500 lives. So if we took one life, we take one life, again we die. We take another life, we die. And this is the experience is similar to the cause. There are also people who survive into adulthood, but from their earliest childhood are tormented by one illness after another, without respite until their death, again as the result of having killed and assaulted others in a past life. In the face of such circumstances, it is more important to confess with regret the past actions that have brought them about than to find out to modify each immediate problem. So best is to think of whatever is causing this sickness and short life and so forth, then we immediately think of the karma that we had done, and then immediately we regret all those negativities that we had done, and then we purify by reciting the confession prayers and so forth like that. So it says, we should confess with regret and vow to renounce such actions, and as an antidote to their effects, make effort to undertake positive actions and abandon harmful ones. So that was the experience is similar to the cause of taking life. Now, if we had stolen from others, taking what is not given, to have stolen will make us not only poor, but also liable to suffer pillage, robbery, or other calamities which disperse among enemies and rivals whatever few possessions we come for. So, this life we'll have a lot of problems not having enough, and even if we have some, we'll easily lose them, or some people stealing, and then what we have, that thing that we have only causes problems and so forth. For this reason, anyone who now lacks money or property would do better to create even a small spark of merit than to move mountains to get rich. So, Chabje Jadurambche would always say that, not trying to push, that doesn't work, but rather what is easy, whatever comes in front, the easy ones to do. So, trying to make effort to gain a lot of wealth, not that kind of thing, but just whatever is there, utilizing that one for a good purpose, helping others, making offerings to the triple gems, to the Lama, and so forth, like those. If it is not your destiny to be wealthy because of your lack of generosity in past lives, no amount of effort in this life will help. Look at the loot most robbers or bandits get from each of their raids, often almost more than the very earth itself can hold. Yet people who live by robbery always end up dying of hunger. Notice too how traders, or those who appropriate the goods of the Sangha, fail to profit from their earnings, however great. On the other hand, people now experiencing the effect of their past generosity never lack wealth all their lives, and for many of them this happens without them making the least effort. So if you have the hopes of getting rich, devote your effort to acts of charity and making offerings. So that's exactly what's saying, like making generous, giving to those who need, and then making offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the triple gems. This continent of Jambudvipa gives a particular power to the effects of action. This is called Leki Zeba. It's called here, they translated as particular power to the effects, so that what we do early in life is likely to have effect later in the same life. In the teachings, it is referred to Leki Sepa. Is this karmas ripen mostly, here we're talking in general, will happen right in front of our eyes. Those who work hard in their early childhood or in the early part of their life, they will be naturally successful or happy and prosperous in the late part of their life. Those who are lazy in the early part of their life, naturally they'll have a miserable ending. You don't see that in animals, birds and fishes, such kind of karma ripening, because they have pretty much the same pattern throughout their entire life. But in human behavior, you can see very clearly. That's why it is called Zamling Sayi, Zamling Leki Sapa is called. They translate it as the particular power to the effects of actions. Also, human beings, the potential of their actions are very powerful than any other beings, because human beings have the power that they can destroy this earth if they want. If they learn to create some kind of powerful nuclear weapon, they can just destroy this whole world. Likewise, human beings have the potential. They can bring enormous benefit to this world. Animals don't have, birds don't have, any other beings don't have that kind of power. It is only a human being. So this is called the powerful, the particular power of the effects. So that what we do early in life is likely to have effect later in the same life, or even right away if done in certain exceptional circumstances. So to resort to theft, fraud, or other ways of taking what is not given in the hopes of getting rich is to do just the opposite of what we had intended. The karmic effect will trap us in the world of the pretas for many kalpas. Even toward the end of this life, it will begin to affect us and will make us more and more impoverished, more and more troubled, similarly to what I said earlier. We will be bereft of any control over the few possessions that remain to us. Our avarice will make us feel more and more destitute and deprived, however wealthy we may be. Our possessions will become the cause of harmful actions. We will be like pretas that God treasures, but are incapable of using what they possess. Look closely at people who are apparently rich. If they are not using their wealth freely for the Dharma, which is the source of happiness and well-being in this life and in lives to come, or even for food and clothing, they are actually poorer than the poor. Their preta-like experience right now is a karmic effect similar to the cause resulting from their impure generosity in the past. So, even if they amassed wealth in this life, they won't be able to share, because they have the habit of stealing from others from the past. So that strong attachment, strong greed, that they are not able to share with others. But then those, it's a similar way, like if they are very generous, then in this life they will be prosperous. They would be able to engage their wealth in benefiting sentient beings, making more effect, more positive effect like that. So these are the ways of karma. Families are fleeting as a crowd on market day. People of Dingri don't bicker or fight. So this is a Padam Sakura. Instead of hating each other, that was different. So sexual misconduct, this is that the the experience similar to the effect, the actions that we had done. So we say experience similar to the cause, so similar to the effect of the cause here. So we discuss killing, we will have short life, lot of disease, lot of troubles. And then stealing, then in this life they will be poor, they will always have problems. And now here bodily misconduct, like sexual misconduct. To have indulged in sexual misconduct, it is said, will cause us to have a spouse who is not only unattractive, but who also behaves in a loose or hostile manner. When couples cannot stop arguing or fighting, each partner usually lays the blame on the other's bad character. In fact, they are each experiencing the effect similar to the cause, resulting from the past sexual misconduct. Instead of hating each other, they should recognize that it is the effect of the past negative actions and be patient with each other. Lord Padamba Sangye says, Families are as fleeting as a crowd on market day. People of Dingri do not bicker or fight. So Padamba Sangye is advising his people of Dingri. Padamba Sangye is from Dingri, Langor. So he's saying, oh, you people, don't take so seriously this family life and so forth. Is exactly like meeting friends in a crowded marketplace. We meet for a few days, or we meet now and we just part our own ways. So likewise, family and so forth, we meet, but it's just for a few years. Sooner or later we'll part from. So then people of Dingri do not bicker or fight. So yes, the experience is similar to that cause or effect of being unfaithful. Then usually you meet with your partner who is unfaithful, and then this causes a lot of problem for the partners or the couples like that. So in this world we have a lot of cases like a divorce and so forth. These are all the effects, the experience similar to the cause. So in the earlier part, in the previous histories and so forth, we had very few cases of divorce and so forth. Now the divorce is very frequent. These are the experiences of the similar effect. So the effect similar to the cause. Lying. The experience similar to the cause from having lied in past lives is that not only are we often criticized and belittled, but also we are often lied to by others. If you are falsely accused and criticized now, it is the effect of your having told lies in the past. Instead of getting angry and hurling insults at people who say such things about you, be grateful to them be grateful to them for helping you to exhaust the effects of many negative actions. You should feel happy. Rigzen Jingmelingpa says, an enemy repaying your good with bad makes you progress in your practice. His unjust accusations are a whip that steers you toward virtue. He is the teacher who destroys all your attachments and desire. Look at his great kindness that you never can repay. Sowing discord. The effect similar to the cause of sowing discord is not only that our associates and servants cannot get along with each other, but also that they are argumentative and recalcitrant with us. For the most part, the monks following lamas, the attendants of chiefs, or the servants of householders do not get along among themselves. And however many they are asked to do something, they refuse to obey and argue defiantly. The hired servants of ordinary people pretend not to hear when asked to do the chores, even easy ones. The master of the house has to repeat an order 2 or 3 times, and it is only when at last he gets angry and speaks harshly to them that they do what they are asked, slowly and grudgingly. Even when they have finished, they do not bother to come back and tell him. They are permanently in a bad mood, but the master is always reaping the fruits of the discord he had sown himself in the past. He should therefore regret his own negative actions and work at reconciling his own and others' disagreements. So that is the experience similar to the cause. Now, harsh words. To have spoken harsh words in past lives will not only make everything that is said to us offensive or insulting, but will also have the effect that everything we say provoke arguments. Harsh language is the worst of the 4 negative actions of speech. As the proverb puts it, words have no arrows nor swords, yet they tear men's mind to pieces. To suddenly provoke hatred in another person, or worse still, to say even a single offensive word to a holy being, causes many lifetimes to be spent in the lower realms without any chance of being released. It is said that a Brahmin named Kapila once insulted the monk of the Buddha Kashyapa, calling them horsehead, oxhead, and many other such names. He was reborn as a fish-like sea monster with 18 heads. He was not released from that state for an entire kalpa, and even then was reborn in the hell. A nun who called another nun a bitch was reborn herself as a bitch 500 times. There are many similar stories, so learn to speak gently at all times. Moreover, since you never know who might be a holy being or a bodhisattva, train yourself to perceive all beings purely. Learn to praise them and extol their good qualities and achievements. It is said that to criticize or speak offensively to a bodhisattva is worse than killing all the beings in the 3 worlds. To denigrate a bodhisattva is a greater sin than killing all beings in the 3 worlds. As such great and futile faults that I have accumulated, I confess. So like that, it's a worthless chatter. The effect similar to the cause of worthless chatter is not only that what we say will carry no weight, but also that we will lack any resolution or self-confidence. Nobody will believe us even when we speak the truth, and we'll have no self-assurance when speaking in front of a crowd. Covetousness, so the experience similar to the effect of the cause. Covetousness. The effect of covetousness is not only to thwart whatever we most wish for, but also to bring about all the circumstances we want least. Wishing harm on others. As the result of wishing harm on others, we'll not only live in constant fear, but we'll also suffer frequent harms. Then the experience similar to the effects of the cause of generating wrong views. The effect of having harbored wrong views is that not only will we persist in such
harmful belief, but also our mind will be disturbed by deceit and misconceptions, something like that. So that's the two kinds of effects. Effects similar and experience similar to the cause. So we finished that. Now there's a conditioning effect. What we did propels us to do that again. So it's a conditioning effect. Let's go. Wangi Debu. The conditioning effect act on our environment. Taking life causes rebirth in grim, joyless landscape full of mortally dangerous ravines and precipices. Taking what is not given causes rebirth in areas stricken by famine, where frost and hail destroy crops and trees bear no fruit. Sexual misconduct obliges us to live in repulsive places, full of excrement and dung, muddy swamps, and so forth. Lying will bring us material insecurity, constant mental panic, and encounters with terrifying things and situations. Sowing discord makes us inhabit regions difficult to cross, cut with deep ravines, rocky gorges, and the like. Harsh speech causes rebirth in the bleak terrain, full of rocks, stones, and thorns. Useless chatter causes rebirth on barren and infertile land, which produces nothing in spite of being worked. The seasons are untimely and unpredictable. Covetousness will bring about poor harvest and all the many other ills of hospitable places and times. Wishing harm on others lead to rebirth in places of constant fear with many different afflictions. Wrong view causes rebirth and impoverished circumstances without any refuge or protector. So, even if we are born as human being because of thus, then we are in a place that is miserable. If we do things never go as we intend. Always kind of unfavorable situations always come up like that. So these are the conditioning effect. The next one is called Kebu Chepu Jebu. Yes, the proliferating effect. The proliferating effect is whatever actions we did before, we tend to repeat again and again. This brings an endless succession of suffering throughout all our subsequent lives. Our negative actions proliferate yet further and cause us to wander endlessly in samsara. So that is there are 4 different causes, 4 other complex ways of how karma works, so you can study those. And then if you gain trust in cause and effect, that's well and good. If you believe in cause and effect and then trust, and then if you act your life accordingly, abandoning non-virtue, engaging in virtue, and accomplishing more and more virtue, multiplying virtue, and then flourishing or blossoming your virtue is the practice. So the teachings of the Buddha on karma is to understand the right view. Then when we have the right view, then all our actions, whatever we do, strikes the essence. Our practice, our speech, our actions, our intentions, and everything strikes the essence. So with wrong view, then we think we want to do, but we can never get it right because the basis, the foundation is not established. So please practice in this way. So we can read more from the words of my perfect teacher. So that's all for today. So, and on the positive actions, similarly, 4 kinds of actions are there. So you can read that one. So this is what the Buddha taught. So everything is a reason from karma. Buddha doesn't talk about created by, it doesn't say that. Everything is a reason from karma. Okay, so let's do the dedication. Sonam Duyen Tamje Zigbani Tamne Nebe Dranam Pamje Shin Kega Nachi Palong Trubaye Sidbe Sole Drowa Sho Rinchen Gezo Deye Drowa Kun Tadu Dambe Chedan Midrashin Ranjin Dene Zoba Tarchin Chenga Drope Jiden Ze Barasho Pende Junne Demba Peljurche Zera Kuntu Chella Chejurche Gyalkam kundu darjin ge jurjin rogun chamche sanje to barsho jambe bawu jidara kemba dan kundu zambo deyan dejin Dedan kungi jeso dalo chin gewa dedan tamche rabdo ngo desum shekpe gewa tamche ngo gangla shodu ngakpa den dagi gewe tsawa dukenja Zangbo Cheche Rabdo Ngorage Janchu Simcho Rimboche Make Panam Ke Jurche Keba Nyamba Mebaya Gone Gondu Pewarasho Janchu Simla Midrashi Janchu Chela Shalwadang Sange Namke Yongzongshi Deke Lenam Bambarasho Janchu Simba Namke Ne Roden Tula Gondrusho Gombo Yene Gangongba Simchen Namla Dejosh Semchen Tamche de Dan Denjur Ching, Yendro Tamchen Tagdo Tongbar Sho, Janshu Sempa Ganda Saju. De Da Gunge Melam Dru Barasho, Gewa De Gewa Kun, Sonam Yeshe, Sozoshin, Sonam Yeshe Lejo. Damba Kunne Tobarasho, Rinchen Geso De Ye Drowa Kun, Tadu Dambe Chenam Midrash. Ranjin denne zoba tarchinne chenga drobe jiden ze barasho pende junne temba peljurche terab kundu chala chejur kelkam kundu darjin ge jurche drokun chamche sange thombara sho lama ku kam zawar sewa de chodo ku se ringwar sewa de trinle darjin ge barasewa lama dan rewa me barjin ge lo pende junwe Kandu kebe kewa tamche du tore yenden denden to barasho kema tatu chedan chechurchi tsujen rupe rangwa ye barasho. Diriyan lamma damba neje chin nendan sendu chella che barasho chedo nene ningpo dendro de tsede sebe janso garwasho. Siba dambe chera denje shin shenpen rubla chonga me barasho. Lapchen shenden chore me bayi tamche chamche sange to barsho chezul deyan nende kilkurushin choke tadro kunto dacho lodre pemo rabdo geje ching sange tempa darshin ge barsho longrik tebe meshi drible dri menga sambe tezo munasho gomjong yeke nilo jejin se sherab sumge nawa ge barsho kenlob che sum ring lob che zamling sasum chabar Doju chosum nawa dami drende sum gelek sho nandra resum hanga chekwenga kudan yeshe roba jamle. Zapsan nel jor chembo nyamlen la yerme tuke tigle rochi sho kewa kuntu yanda lama dan darme cheke pella longcheche. Sadan lamge yenten rabzo te palden lame gopan urto sho banza.
So Sumeza Sogam Sutamitsitam Shirim Kuruhung Ha Bhavan Saratangata Benzamam Benzi Bhava Maha Samaya Sato. Okay, everybody, good night. Stay well and touch the lake.